Alfie, on Sunday, I went to watch the F1, not in person. I'm not loaded, unfortunately, but I did go to a pub to watch it. I went to the George Taps.
Nice.
Bournemouth.
Okay. Yeah, frequented
Nice
that a
place.
few times, haven't we?
Yeah, do you remember like £3.50 Moretti's with a student ID?
Yeah, too right. Ho, ho, ho. And many were had.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We drank that place dry. So it was nice going back. I hadn't been there for probably a few months, maybe a year. So it's very nice visiting again. And I was aware that they normally had a big projector out to play the F1. It was the British Grand Prix in Silverstone for those uninitiated. So quite a big race. We had 5 or maybe 6, I think 6 UK drivers. So we were kind of cheering them all on. You're wanting them to win their home race. And I thought, well, to be safe, I'm very much a cinema man, as you can imagine, doing this podcast. I was like, well, I better book a table, right? Because I'm going to rock up and it's going to be busy. People are going to stick to their seats. And it was 3 p.m. on a Sunday. I thought, you know what? This is prime time. People are going to be about milling around. It was a beautiful sunny day. Better book that seat. So I reserved a table, put down a non-refundable £10 deposit. I was running late. That's fine. Tamsin went on ahead. I was like, get the table, lock this in. I paid a tenner for this. She gets there, sends me a photo while I'm on the bus. 3 other people there.
10 great British pounds wasted.
Yeah, completely. And I thought the definition of a deposit
was you get it back when you buy something. Yeah, absolutely. I think what's happened there, Adam, is you've been done, and they've scammed you. I think
they've got a nice website, so I just sort of trusted them, and I'm sure Mr. George Taps is a very respectable gentleman. So I was a bit disheartened. I'm not gonna lie with you.
Wow.
But also, like, you're a pub. Who do you think you are charging £10?
Yeah, to watch your shitty projector.
Yeah, like, I don't even think the Ivy charges that much for a deposit. I'm pretty sure it's like a £5.
Well, yeah, and you get, even if they do, you get that money off your bill at the end. You don't just look, doesn't just disappear. Like, where did that go? What did that go towards that just went in the barman's back pocket?
Yeah, I mean, they put a little sticker out on a table for us, and we were, like, in fairness, prime seating in front of the projector, bang in the middle of the room.
You bloody well should have, yeah.
Yeah, goddamn right. They should have flown me there. But you know what? I had a lovely time. But it got me thinking, because that same day, I realised quickly why it was probably so quiet. I think most people were like, I can't watch the F1 and the football. Because with that 1 a.m, which then got moved to a 2 a.m. kickoff. Sorry, 1 a.m, 7 p.m, back to 1 a.m, 2 a.m.
2 a.m. What a mess.
Not confusing at all. People did stay up to watch that. I didn't, because I was like, then there's no way they're going to beat Mexico. And they bloody well did it. So congrats. Well done, lads. I'm a bit disappointed that I didn't stay out now. Yeah, nice one, Jude.
Very cool nice name. Work.
Yeah, right.
Bloody
Bellingham.
Cool name.
Oh, the Bellingham estate. Oh, yeah. I can see Jude Bellingham being like a big hitter in the world of football. I don't know how old he is.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he's like, I don't know, do you reckon 25? Should I have a look? Let's depress ourselves. I'll Google it as we speak.
Yeah.
Jude Bellingham, age 23.
He's the same age as me.
He looks older than you. He looks older than that. He had a real glow up, like this World Cup.
Oh, you reckon?
Yeah, he's fit now. Like he never used to be. No, I think he used to be a bit. I mean, he's not unattractive, is he? But I think he's had a real glow up recently, and then he went on the pitch and scored 2 goals. Like,
yeah, that'll do it.
That'll do it. Bro knows exactly what he's doing.
I ought to stop pissing about. I mean, what am I doing with my life? I've not scored for England, not yet.
Well, your chances is the next game. Us versus Norway. Adam Barlow would be there.
Yeah, you never know. I could take on Haaland. But it got me thinking very, very quickly. Appointment viewing. When is the last time you stayed up late or got up early for something that you have to watch because it's live?
Oh, okay. Honestly, probably the Game of Thrones finale. I think that's probably the last time, which is 2018. So quite a while ago. Yeah, I've stayed up for TV when they're airing TV live. Yeah, it takes a lot to keep me from going to sleep, mate. I'm a put my head on the pillow and I'm gone within 30 seconds, honestly. So out like a lamp.
Hello. Fancy seeing you here. It's Moving Up, episode 109. With your hosts, me, Adam Barlow.
And me, Alfie Walker.
Hello.
How did you get here? What are you doing here?
Don't know, just clicked on this random link that you sent me.
How long have you been here?
Could have been anything. Jude Bellingham, eh? Jude
Bellingham.
Hey, Jude.
Don't make it bad.
Take a bad scar and make it better. Remember to let us into your house. And
we can start to make it better. What? Nah. I feel like this segment won't hit well on social media like the Rasta Mouse segment did, but we will try. How are you doing, Adam Barlow?
I'm okay. I am okay. What, do you think the Beatles are not as well known as Rasta Mouse?
Paul McCartney, who? I only know President Wensleydale.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. Not boiling yet, but toasty. How about you?
It's hot. I'm really quite warm in this room. I can feel the sweat trickling from me as we speak, down my forehead, down my back, down my neck. The earphones are slipping off my head as we speak. It's really quite warm in this room I'm in. It's a south-facing room, so it just bakes all day. And then obviously British houses just illuminate heat in the evening when the sun goes down. So yeah, quite warm. But other than that, all good.
Good. Glad to hear it. I don't know what way my room faces. I think south, because I can see the Air Festival out my window when it was on. So yeah, south.
Yeah, it would be.
I guess. But I keep my curtains closed, which I think has got to be done.
You do often see this, don't you? People saying you should keep your windows and curtains closed. But I don't know if I agree with that, if I'm honest.
Yeah, because you've got to change the air, surely.
Yeah, right. But the whole thing is it displaces it, right? If it's colder inside than out, yeah, fair enough, it will swap, but vice versa, right? It transfers the temperature. I don't know. I'm no meteorologist, so
if you want that advice, go to a different podcast. Go to your mum's podcast. Bet she's got one. Don't know what that means.
Yeah. The heat exhaustion's really getting to us. Adam Barlow, what films are we going to be talking about today?
Today, we are going to be talking about one brilliant film that we both loved, and Supergirl.
I'm looking forward to the review of Supergirl because me and Adam met briefly in a pub, and Adam told me that it was trash, quite frankly. But he hasn't given me a full review, so I'm quite excited to hear this. And yeah, we're going to be speaking about The Invite, the newest film from Olivia Wilde. A bit of a surprise hit for me, I think. I had zero expectation, and everyone who's seen it has been like, wow, this is bloody excellent. So yeah, we're going to be talking about that as well.
Should we start with The Invite? Should we get straight into it?
Let's get into it. Let's talk about some good stuff. Do you remember going to the cinema back in, it would have been, 2021, 22, and we had sort of gathered a big group of us. There must have been, it's my whole house, plus you, plus a couple of others. There's probably about 8 of us, maybe more, and we all were so eagerly keen and excited for the film that was Don't Worry Darling, starring your darling Harry Styles. Do you remember that?
Alfie, I don't want to piss on your parade, but I wasn't in that group. I went with my mate Joe.
What? Were you not?
No, I think
That's
I saw
hilarious.
it the night before you guys did.
Ah, right, Mr. Keen.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I remember us walking out and being, probably how you felt being left out, very crushingly disappointed by that film, Did you like Don't Worry, Darling?
No, I find it really disturbing. I remember actually it really kind of freaked me out. The ending twist really did not sit well with me.
Yeah,
I found it
absolutely.
very. So in that respect, it kind of worked because I've now sort of got a fear of VR ever since.
And incel Harry Styles.
Yeah, oh my God. Not once, by the way, did I, when I was seeing Harry Styles twice, not once did I think about this film, which is a good thing, thank God. But can you imagine if I just was watching him like the whole time, like, do you remember he had like wispy hair and he listened to podcasts?
No, you were looking at him on the stage and thinking, wow, I can't wait for your MCU film where you star as Thanos' brother. Or you were thinking about that one where he's a gay policeman. There's so many to pick from.
Or Dunkirk.
Yeah, he's in that, isn't he?
Yeah.
Is he in the Odyssey?
No, I don't think so.
It'd
be great if he is.
Do your impression. Go on.
Hey, it's me, Harry. What does your sign say?
I can't read it.
I can only read
one eye.
Yeah. I need glasses. No, I don't have two eyes. Do you remember in Don't Worry, Darling, where he snaps at the end, and Florence Pugh, who by the way, acting her heart out in that. Oh, I'll tell you what else I remember. Those steamy scenes. Those steamy scenes in Don't Worry, Darling. And she's like, it was my life. My life. You don't get to take that away from me. And he's like, I gave you all of this, Alice. We are lucky to be here.
God, that was
I go to work every day so we could stay here, and I hate it. I bloody hate it, or something. I'm like, yeah, all right, mate, get in line. Get in line. But also, sorry, you've got me. This is not the film we're reviewing today, but Don't Worry, Darling. The whole point of that is apparently she's unhappy with her job, which it then becomes very apparent that she isn't. So the whole thing's pointless. But he joins this like VR world to get away from real life, which sucks. But in doing so, he's then forced himself to get a job that seemingly is even worse than what
in a really
doing
depressing
before.
Fake dimension. Yeah,
yeah, and he barely spends any time in it. So I don't get what he gains out of that. Like I don't get what any of them is gaining because they all disappear in the day. So I'm like, well, all you're doing is sleeping in a fake nice bed.
Yeah, because he's then going to work in the real world to fund the electric, I presume, so he can run this AI VR server thing. God, what a shit film. Yeah. Luckily, though, Olivia Wilde blew it out the bloody park with this one. The Invite, 2026 new film. I believe it is based on a book, and it's also a remake, potentially. I think I saw. I'm doubting myself now, but
I think it's a play as well.
I mean, that's very key to how the film is shot, I must say. Yeah, The Invite, starring Seth Rogan, Ed Norton, Penelope Cruz, and Olivia Wilde, who also directed it. Incredibly small cast. Alan Barlow, how did you find The Invite?
I'd heard good things going in, and it's up there with Project Hail Mary, Hamnet for the best films of the year, in my opinion, and the drama as well. It's tense. It's really, really funny. Laugh out loud funny. And it's only got those 4 key cast members, but you don't need anything bigger. You don't it's all so in focus. And subtle and understated, but at the same time it gets overblown and it gets outrageous, and it keeps you guessing. I knew where it was going, to be honest. I don't think it was a surprise when it kind of finally reveals what the awkwardness is, and I found that whole thing delicious. I found it's like hearing your mate spill the best tea, and I just sat there like, oh, I love every part of this.
Kicking feet at it. I was like, yeah, like feet up on the recliners, like, like
yeah. I was like, oh my God, are they gonna do it?
It's proper good. The best way I would describe it is it felt like an episode of The Bear in the best way possible, with it just being so chaotic and non-stop. The opening is probably like the opening half hour. It goes on for forever, doesn't it? I was like, when are we hitting the title card here? Like, it is just building and building and building, and then it just troughs and then immediately just spikes back up. It was just non-stop, and together with like the score, which is just those intense, really uncomfortable, like ugly strings sort of orchestrating the whole thing. It is so uncomfortable and anxiety inducing in the best way possible, not in a bad way at all. And like you said, laugh out loud funny. I have not heard an audience in a cinema laugh together like this. Honestly, maybe ever. I don't know if like my screenings are usually quite dead, I will say, but we were all creased up. It was a really wide range. There was like 15-year-olds in the audience. There was 60, 70-year-olds. And we were all like cackling at it. It was absolutely excellent. Like, as an experience as well, hearing people laugh, it was really good.
I think the second half in particular is where it really kicks into gear, because the first half you're sort of like not quite sure maybe what you've got yourself into, and you know there's going to be some sort of reveal. But after it's all sort of laid out on the table, it just gets better and better and doubles down and triples down. And there's the rate at which jokes come flying at you is mad, because there's jokes that I was laughing at, and I was laughing so loud I couldn't hear what other people were laughing at. So it's like a roller coaster in the way that it just takes you through every emotion, and then for it to then tug at heartstrings at the end of it as well, and actually have this really resonant message of love and communication. I was like, oh my god, this is incredible.
Yeah, like you said, the jokes are non-stop, and they bounce off each other really well. Seth Rogan and Olivia Wilde obviously had sort of the main ones in it, and they absolutely just sort of. You were saying about the straight man, weren't you, with Minions, and I felt like Seth Rogan was the straight man in this. It was just so overblown and sort of over the top and sort of beyond bewilderment. It's so like unbelievable sometimes, with this just the weird sort of foreign couple coming in and stuff like that. And it was him being so down to earth and normal, and the straight man and by the book, that his jokes just reeling off stuff. It kept it grounded with the audience, but also was so funny. And like you said, people were laughing at jokes and that you'd miss the next joke. So I imagine on another rewatch as well, you'd probably pick up so many more jokes that you missed the first time round. And some of them were like wicked. The writing really is quite wicked and witty. It really is.
I sort of got similar vibes from this as I did watching Blue Moon.
Yes,
in the
absolutely.
Respect that it's very stagey. You've got this sort of these ridiculous characters in the middle of it. It's very layered, and again, that also an incredibly funny film in my opinion. Just every performance hitting exactly the right notes at the right time, and the color palette as well. It took me until about halfway through the film to realise, wait, they're matching, that matches with this, and the whole set is so. It's quite a nice apartment, to be honest. It just has this real nice warmth. It was a real pleasure to be in the company of this film, even when they're at each other's throats and arguing and yelling and panicking and freaking out. And there's so much going on, but at the same time, you've got this quite serene environment, albeit cluttered. But I really enjoyed spending time in that area with those characters. And I would like to have watched more. I mean, I don't want it to overstay its welcome, but because I did kind of feel the length at one point. I did check the time, but not a bad thing. I was just kind of wondering, like, oh, if this is only happening now, how long? Like,
how does this go?
How much of this are we going to see?
Yeah,
I think you know the bit. I was like, oh, okay. There's quite a lot still to go. Okay,
is it just this for an hour and 40? Yeah, I did have that worry. I had that worry immediately after the title card. I was like, is this it? Is this what the film is? Like, luckily not, but yeah, absolutely. I think some people might go into this, if you've seen the drama, you might be expecting a really big twist. I don't know, had you seen trailers for this beforehand? Did you sort of know the idea of what the film was?
I had an inkling.
Right.
I deliberately avoided spoilers. I didn't want to ruin it. But I did honestly think that it was a horror film from the trailers. I thought there was going to be something dark, but it's not. It doesn't really go in that direction. It's sort of... It's awkward and funny, but not yeah, I don't know. The trailers seemed like something really unhinged was going to happen, but it doesn't really go in
There's
that way.
moments in it as well, I think, because I had no clue. I had not watched a single trailer. I've not seen anything about it other than you gave it 5 stars. Josh gave it 5 stars. I was like, right, I'll go see this. And I also had that at one point. I was like, I don't know if this is going to turn really dark with these neighbours, if they're plotting something a lot more sinister. And I really didn't know, because The Invite, I feel like that as a title on a film as well is quite a hovery title. I can really picture something different from this film. But no, I was glad it didn't, and it was purely quite focused on them as a couple and their relationship. And I appreciate that the film knew when to sort of really drop down. I think the way it can be like tonal whiplash in the best way possible. It was so sort of chaotic and everything going on, shouting at each other, the unraveling of the other couple, the whole evening, and then just immediately sinking into their actual deep issues and sort of going through that with them. And like you said, towards the ending, I think any other film could have done this, and it could have felt really jarring when you switch between the sort of points of view and the whip pan of the camera and stuff. I think other people could have really had this film not work. But for me, this version of it was just so well done. And like you said, the color palette, the buildings, the set it was on, like a full stage play, isn't it? Like you said, exactly like Blue Moon. It just knew what it was doing and focused on it. And the aesthetic of it, the way it opened, sort of ramped up hugely in the middle and then died straight back down at the end, with the crackle of the film on the screen, stuff like that. It was quite poignant at the end. It really was, and I guess it's quite left up to interpretation. No spoilers about it, but I feel like each person's going to have their opinion on what the actual ending is, what the end result is, and I think that works really well for it.
Yeah, I agree. Seth Rogan just flexing every comedy muscle in his body. He's always been funny, but this just really, it felt layered. I haven't seen the studio. I've heard great things about that. But it was nice that this had emotion, and it wasn't just funny for the sake of it. There was real underlying depth. Like you said, it gets kind of straight to it. And you also have, I think, a fantastic performance from Edward Norton, who takes a little bit of time to kind of crack and to settle in, because you're sort of like, oh, you seem weird. And
you're that bloke from Glass Onion.
Yeah, initially he did feel like that character, and you're like, you're clearly the villain here, but actually, no. And it was a very pleasant surprise when all these bits of info are sort of given to you. It all felt well timed and rewarding, and it all made sense. I don't think there was anything ever that was misleading earlier in the film to like throw you off. Apart from maybe there's a switch. This is a mild spoiler. There's a focus initially on some pills. I'm not quite sure it ever really.
Yeah, I don't know if
explain
it was
what
just
that
a
was.
misdirect.
Yeah. But that was funny. I was like, oh, that's going to come back, and it didn't, but that's fine. Yeah, I honestly, I don't have any complaints about it. I thought it was wickedly funny, biting, deliciously like anxiety inducing. Yeah, I had a great time with that. I really, really did.
The second film in the DC universe, you think it'd be a hard hitter. What was our second MCU film? Was that a big one? First was, I guess, technically Iron Man, right? Is that technically the second MCU film?
Was it the Hulk?
No, because maybe you're right. Okay, maybe on fair ground then. Well, Supergirl from director Craig Gillespie. He directed Cruella, the sort of 101 Dalmatians sort of spin-off prequel that we had recently, and he also did I, Tonya, which was a huge hit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I just read that and was really quite shocked when I saw that one. Second film in the new franchise, mate, right? It's got to be good. How was Supergirl?
Ooh, buckle in. So, Supergirl, just briefly, Superman, I really enjoyed. I thought it was brilliant. It does something that not a lot of superhero or films in general do, and that is just champion the simplicity and the honesty of being kind and being good at your core, which I think is a beautiful message. especially when people are like, "Oh, I want Superman to break people's necks and destroy buildings," and this guy, he's like, "Oh, why did we kill that alien? Couldn't we have just calmed him down?" You know, or like when he saves the squirrel, one of the best scenes of any superhero film ever. I think just a very small moment, but I think that tells you more about his character than any 20-minute stretch of dialogue could have done ever. So to say I was going into Supergirl with, some expectations would be accurate. I didn't ever think the trailers looked good. And I think, to be honest, the trailers might have been better. I thought at least it would be a spunky, energetic film, but Supergirl feels, and I don't think this is to the fault of Millie Alcock. I think she's doing fine work. I just think she's given absolutely nothing to do here. She has a very, very sort of unremarkable arc. She spends the whole time not wanting to be a superhero, really. She just wants to get drunk. And I'm like, to be honest, you've made me feel that way by sitting through this film. And I think I said to you, when every character doesn't really want to be involved in the adventure, you're like, okay, well, I certainly don't want to be. And I know that's not always the case. That's unfair to say. There's certainly adventure films out there where the lead doesn't want to be there. That's fine. But you need someone that's dragging them along or some sort of motivation. Whereas here, it's very cheap. They get Crypto involved, who I don't even think was really that utilized here. He doesn't do much. He's quickly shot at the start of the film and then basically paralyzed for the majority of it. And it's basically like a poor man's John Wick with none of the grit, with none of the excitement. I found it such a boring film, considering it's doing so much. There's so many like wacky aliens and wacky voices and weird planets, but they all look the same. Like Jason Momoa is maybe the one shining light in here, and David Corenswet, God bless him, doing his absolute best in the some scenes that he does, and he, is by far and away the best part. But Jason Momoa closely following, playing Lobo, who's apparently a character he's wanted to play his entire life. If that's the case, mate,
get some new career aspirations.
Yeah. Because he's not really acting here. He's got a bit of prosthetics on, a bit of makeup. He's got red eyes, and he's got a big cigar, and he rides a bike. But he's basically a character that's meant to be really formidable. But he doesn't see. Apparently, he killed his entire race. Right? That's what the character says. But you do not believe that at all. You're like, really? This guy? Okay. I mean, he has trouble taking out 10 random goons, let alone kill a whole planet. Do you know what I mean? Like, come on now. The villain as well, that is the absolute lowest point. Matthias Schoenaerts, maybe? Something like that. Plays Krem of the Yellow Hills.
I'm sorry.
He's basically got loads of piercings, looks a bit freaky, he's sort of got cybernetic improvements. He looked boring, he sounded boring. His sort of motivation was just to basically kidnap young girls and use them to repopulate his all-male race. That's just uncomfortable for a superhero film. Don't get me wrong, doesn't mean you can't address it, but when it's this sort of flippant and this sort of half-baked, it just feels really icky. I didn't like it at all.
It's quite ugly character design as well. I've just had a Google compared to how he looks in the comics, where he's seemed to, or I seem to have starred myself off him with the ginger hair. There's a real change that I don't appreciate. There's like a picture of him licking an axe for this film. It's not very nice.
Yeah, he's a really grim character, which is not. I know that's not a good criticism necessarily, but
people root for villains. Villains make a film. You watch a Disney film, and I used to root for the villains. That was my thing. Like, people love a bad guy in a film. They really do. They're the memorable thing. And MCU struggled enough with it. You think the DCU would have taken note of that and gone, wow, we need to do some good villains. And
this is not it. It's just, it's really disappointing when you've got such a high such a high promise, really, that Superman set. And then you've got this, which just feels like you've slammed on the brakes and you've got whiplashed and you've broken a few ribs, but you're still limping on. That's how it felt. And it's just kind of unbelievable, because I think the best part about this film is the poster with like the graffitied Superman thing. That's got character, that's got colour, it's got pizzazz. The actual film, brown, smoky, dull, grey. Everything looks plasticky and flabby, and not in the fun way that the Flash looked kind of bad. I sort of think the Flash is a bit of a good time, but that's my problem. This, in comparison, is everything bad about the Flash with no humour. You've got, again, I do feel bad. Eve Ridley plays Ruthie, who is a young girl who very early on, her family's killed by the villain, and then Supergirl and Ruthie meet up and are like, okay, fine, I'll help you track this guy down because he also shot my dog, right? So it's very tenuous. And the idea is that Supergirl learns to care for other people via this girl, and this girl learns forgiveness and patience through Supergirl, which is an unreal, like, just not a quality that Supergirl has. So I don't know how on earth she manages to teach it to someone else. And you just spend the whole time really with your head in your hands, because this girl, bless her, really grating. I take no joy in that whatsoever. I do not want at all to discourage her acting career. I'm sure she's great. But this is a very irritating character in an already very dull and irritating film. There's very, very little here to enjoy. There's maybe the odd couple of jokes from Lobo. And again, when Superman's on screen, good. But beyond that, it is a pretty dire time at the cinema.
It's not the worst.
Honestly, it's not the worst film. It's not the worst film I've ever seen.
Pretty dire time at the cinema.
Adam Barlow, moving up. Yeah, I just don't know how they went this wrong. It's a poor man's James Gunn film. And even then, James Gunn is not always that great.
Yeah, he's got hit or misses for sure. It's sad it's missing the sort of zim, the like. From what I presumed, it was going to be really energetic and really full of life and attitude, because the whole Millie Alcock thing as Supergirl is, she's obviously doesn't want to be Supergirl, but she's got a bit of attitude about her. So I thought it would at least sort of play on that a bit and keep it moving and a bit sort of fun in a anarchistic way, sort of. But no.
I mean, also, just a couple of final points. As you say, when she rocks up at the end of Superman, that was a great surprise. No one saw that coming, and we were like, oh, Millie Alcock, she's great, like, great casting. And that scene that she's in really worked. I was like, yeah, okay, sign me up to a Supergirl film. I'm sure that'll be fine. And then the point you made not long ago is it's such a bizarre choice to go with a Supergirl film right after a Superman film, because, yeah, they've got different ideals, but they wear the same outfit, they come from the same planet. It's like you've got such a huge roster of DC characters you could be playing with, and you've gone for Superman and then Superman but less cool, you know? Which is a real shame, because, again, Millie Alcock probably could make an excellent Supergirl film, but this is so far off the mark. It's disheartening and, frankly, a bit embarrassing for all involved.
Thanks for joining us on another hot and sweaty episode of Movie On Up. That was episode 109. We plead you, please get in touch with us. We'd love to hear your opinion on Supergirl, or maybe The Invite. We know everyone is loving that. So if you go catch that, let us know. If our review convinced you to go see The Invite, please let us know. You can get in touch. It's hello@movieonup.com.
You can also go to our Instagram and TikTok. The handles for both those platforms are @MovieOnUp.
We've got this down to a T now, mate. Episode 109, and we're finally there.
Just quickly before I go, I want to give a shout out to Ryan, who often will respond to our stories about films. Very nice guy. He asked me, I have only one question. This is about The Invite. is this appropriate to watch with my mother?
Mm.
And I said, well, I was thinking this same thing when I was watching it. Up until about halfway, I was like, my parents would love this. Like, there's the odd smutty joke and reference, but it's not gone balls to the wall yet. But then at the halfway point, you kind of do, you're like, yeah, this would be awkward with your parents, wouldn't it? But that's not. But I think they would enjoy it, which is it's one of those films where like you want to show other people and rave about it, but with the caveat that you're like, don't think I'm weird because of it though.
Yeah, I'm
like,
not a pervert.
I'm not the film.
I think you could see this with your mum. I'd watch this with my parents. I think.
You think?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, it doesn't ever show anything, does it? It's all implied.
Yeah, that's true.
And them getting excited over it is funny more than anything. So, you know what? Take your mum and take your nan as well to go see this film. I think you'd have a right good time.
They're all young ones. They've done all of that and more. Okay,
your
just imagine that
was having foursomes in her bedroom, right?
Yeah, of course they were. Of course, in the bunkers when the planes were overhead, they had to kill time somehow. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but your nan has shagged your neighbours.